another of the 5 Arkansas players to leave the football program, has found a new college home. Exactly 8 days after announcing on Twitter that he was leaving Chad Morris's first-year squad, Maleek Barkley took to the same social media website to announce that he has decided to transfer to Montana State. As the Big Sky Conference school plays at the FCS level, the running back turned wide receiver will be eligible to play for the Bobcats immediately in 2018. Including the upcoming season, Barkley will have 4 years of eligibility that he can use. Barkley, a 3-star 2017 signee, began his Razorbacks career as a running back before moving to wide receiver this offseason by new head coach Chad Morris this offseason. He took a redshirt his true freshman season. In addition to Barkley, 4 other UA players on scholarship have transferred this offseason. Tight end Will Gregg to Pitt, tight end Jake Hall to SMU, defensive back Corey Hernandez to Iowa Western, and safety Reed Miller to Montana. Additionally, center Zach Rogers opted to give up his football career with the Razorbacks to pursue a job in law enforcement. The basketball world got to know LeVar Ball quite well the last few years. If there is a college football of that on the horizon, the LA Times seems to think they found him. John Brown, the father of USC class of 2018 wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown has drawn comparisons to LeVar Ball for a variety of reasons that include the demand and vision for excellence in professional sports for his son. St. Brown was a 5-star recruit for the Trojans in the most recent recruiting cycle, according to his Rivals profile. He was also ranked as the top recruit in the state of California and the top wide receiver in the nation. That alone brings reason to expect big results for St. Brown at USC. The genes are certainly running in the family. John Brown is a former championship bodybuilder. St. Brown's oldest brother is former Notre Dame wide receiver Equanimeous St. Brown. Osiris St. Brown, the middle son in the family, will be a redshirt freshman this fall at Stanford. With so much talent in the family, John Brown may be tapping into his inner LeVar Ball by suggesting Amon-Ra could play in the NFL right now. This is, of course, a ridiculous thought considering that even the most talented college freshmen still have a long way to go to be ready to compete at the high level the NFL demands. But where Brown differs from Ball is he expects his sons to have to earn any accolades that may come their way. "I'm going to request USC head coach Clay Helton put his butt at the bottom of the charts and see what he's made of," John said in a featured story published by the LA Times this week. "Make him fight. Sharpen the knife." John even goes so far to suggest Amon-Ra has his eyes on making some unprecedented, and likely impossible, college football history. "He's serious about everything," John says. "Ask Amon-Ra what his goals are for his first year with the Trojans. With an unblinking, straight stare he will tell you, 'I want to win the Heisman.' All 3 years, eh?" Putting aside the prediction that Brown is already predicting his son is jumping to the NFL after his junior season, an idea that is not at all far-fetched if St. Brown plays out the way recruiting experts in USC expect he will. We have to smile at the historic bar Brown is setting for his son. Only one player has ever won the Heisman Trophy twice, Ohio State's Archie Griffin in 1974 and 1975. It is also worth noting the last wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy was Michigan's Desmond Howard in 1991. Tim Brown of Notre Dame, 1987, and Johnny Rodgers of Nebraska, 1972, are the only other receivers to win the award since the Heisman Trophy was first presented in 1935. This may not go down in the history books alongside Binoco predicting 2 Heisman Trophy awards for former Notre Dame quarterback Ron Powlus, which never came close to happening, of course, but that does set the bar high for Amon-Ra's personal goals. Brown may lay the foundation for athletic success for his sons, but fortunately for the college football world, he seems to be far more tolerable than LeVar Ball. Follow at Kevin Onk FB. Former Michigan basketball star Chris Webber wasted no time accepting an invitation from Wolverines head coach Jim Harbaugh to be an honorary captain. During a radio interview on Friday, Harbaugh extended the invite to Weber, and Weber quickly accepted. "I definitely am honored," Weber said to Harbaugh on Friday during a segment on WTKA, as quoted and reported by the Detroit News. "As you know, and getting to speak to you over the years, I love what you've done with the program. Good luck, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be a part of it." Weber was an in-studio guest on the radio station Friday. Harbaugh reportedly called in specifically to extend the invitation to Weber during a radio marathon event. For Harbaugh, this is once again striking at an opportunity to generate some buzz for the football program, but including Weber in such a role is worth noting. Weber was required to have a 10-year separation from the University of Michigan due to his connection to a booster scandal associated with the basketball program. Weber continues to rebuild his relationship with the school and other members of Michigan's famed Fab Five. What game Weber will attend as an honorary captain will be decided at a later time. Follow at KevinOnkFB. The tradition of the groom's cake shaped like a football stadium is nothing new, but one bride-to-be had a little more fun with her groom's cake planning than others we have seen through the years. The groom's cake for an LSU fan is a nice replica of LSU's Tiger Stadium for a cake, of course, but this Texas A. But that's not all. A closer look at the scoreboard even reveals the score to be in favor of Texas A. I had to zoom the image pretty far just to confirm myself, but I was able to make out the 42 under the Texas A. I'll trust ESPN's Darren Rovell on the other half of the score. Bride gets LSU groom's cake for husband, who is a Tigers fan. She went to A. Not only has Aggies fans in crowd, sneakily has Aggies beating Tigers 42-28 on the scoreboard. Tears of joy. Pic.twitter.com/DBVRQVS63U. Darren Rovell, at Darren Rovell, June 23, 2018. Of course, this may be the only way the bride can get the upper hand in this football series. LSU has won 7 straight meetings in the series dating back to the 2011 Cotton Bowl just before Texas A. Also, the last time Texas A. I just want to know if former Les Miles got a chance to taste test the field portion of the cake. Follow at KevinOnkFB. Back in 2010, BYU and Notre Dame agreed to a 6-year football contract that was supposed to include a home game for BYU before 2021. With 2 games already played in South Bend, BYU fans are getting a little curious as to when exactly the Irish will make their trip to Provo, Utah. BYU Athletics Director Tom Holmoe said on Friday during BYU's Football Media Day he is confident BYU will get that anticipated home game on the schedule. Holmoe said he continues to have good discussions with Notre Dame in hopes of scheduling a future home game against the Irish. As Holmoe put it, the end result for BYU should be better than a check. If a game can't be agreed upon, whether it be a true home game for BYU or a potential neutral site game in an NFL stadium, then Notre Dame will have to buy out of the game. It seems as though Holmoe is determined to not have that be the reality. The original deal, signed between BYU and Notre Dame, essentially lined up a pair of 2-for-1 arrangements to give Notre Dame 2 home games for each BYU home game, or a neutral site location in its place. The second half of the agreement has since been wiped out once Notre Dame lined up a scheduling agreement with the ACC to play 5 ACC opponents each season. Notre Dame also has games against USC, Stanford, and Navy that the school has preferred to keep on the schedule. With the way Notre Dame has organized its schedule, staying faithful to an agreement with BYU was seemingly not a top priority. Notre Dame's 2019 schedule is already booked with 12 games including matchups against Louisville, Georgia, USC, Michigan, Virginia Tech, Navy, and Stanford. The 2020 schedule for the Golden Domers is also full with matchups against Arkansas, Wisconsin, and Clemson in the mix. If Notre Dame is going to make room for a game against BYU, it won't be happening until at least 2021, which currently has 1 game still to add. Notre Dame will already have 1 neutral site game that season, with a matchup against Wisconsin in Chicago. Follow at KevinOnkFB.